Have you ever found it hard to move on from someone who hurt you, especially someone you love? What if I told you the peace you're waiting for doesn't come from them saying, I'm sorry, but it begins with a shift inside you? And this isn't just about closure, but most importantly, it is about protecting your mental health. Because holding on to unresolved hurt can silently affect your sleep, your relationships, your ability to trust, and even how you feel about yourself. Hi, welcome to Mind Doctor. I'm Mahalakshmi Sampson. I'm a counseling psychologist and a personal excellence life coach. In this video, I'm going to talk about that hurt, the impact of that hurt, and the pain it causes, and how we can choose to heal it. Someone once shared something deeply personal with me. He had stopped using his father's car, not because he didn't want to, but because of one moment that left a scar in him, a very deep scar in him. While reversing the car one day, his father's car, his mother shouted at him, not in anger, but in fear that he might damage it. And that could cause tension between the father and the son. But in that moment, all he could feel was, she doesn't trust me. That disappointment, if you look at it, that disappointment turned into anger and silence later. He didn't speak to his mother much after that. He never touched that car again. He only drove again. He sat behind the steering wheel only when he could afford a car of his own, which means he's taken many years to drive a car after that. What looked like a small moment left a very deep emotional imprint. And this happens in all relationships. This kind of a hurt is not uncommon. It happens in marriages. It happens between parents and children. It happens between siblings, friends, even at work. So we often wait, sometimes for years, for the other person to realize what they did, to say, I'm sorry, to acknowledge what we felt. But do you know what is the truth? The truth is, most of them will never do that. And not because they don't care, but because they don't even understand the impact of what they did. There is a real cost of holding on to this pain. And holding on to this pain, this hurt, takes a toll on your body, your clarity, and your joy. It creates walls instead of connection, bitterness instead of peace, and disconnection from yourself and others. But there is something even more deeper. When emotional wounds stay unhealed, the wisdom that comes from healing also stays locked inside. You miss out on the growth, the clarity, and the compassion you were meant to gain. And that unhealed pain, it shows up in other relations also. And how does it show up? It shows up as silence, overreaction, mistrust, as well as withdrawal in that relationship. Not because you're broken, but because you need to understand that pain has a voice. And when that voice is ignored, it leaks into the spaces you are trying to protect. So when I'm saying this, if your heart and mind comes to an alignment and if you choose to heal, then stay on this video where I'm going to teach you a simple technique but a very powerful one. And this technique is called time lens technique. It's a great way to heal without an apology. If you're ready to begin healing, then I want to share this. This is a two-step visualization that can actually gently shift how you hold your pain. So let's begin the time lens technique. So I want you to close your eyes, focus on your breath, breathe in and breathe out slowly. As you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to connect to your body and the sensation that comes with it. And how do you feel in your body? Stay with your eyes closed at this moment Imagine the person who hurt you, not as they are now, but as a newborn baby with tiny hands, soft eyes, completely unaware. You wouldn't blame a baby for not understanding, isn't it? Think about that. In that image, something inside you softens and give yourself permission for that. When you're experiencing it, shift your focus to a new space. As you're shifting it, fast forward the time. Now picture them, the same person, as 100-year-old person who is fragile, weak, wrinkled, with shivering voice, but with age there is some wisdom that has come in them. And in their eyes you see regret, not for what they did, but for what they didn't understand. And when you're observing all this, you're also observing their lips moving, and there is silently something that is coming out of their lips. And you bend down near them, and as you hear, as you listen, you hear them telling you, I'm sorry. I didn't know. When you hear that, that moment happens. The moment of being seen. And this moment is what your heart has been waiting for. When you're staying there, holding this space, ask 2 questions to yourself and wait for the insights. The first one is, when you too are 100, will you still want to carry this pain? Or can you choose peace today? Hold for the insights. Once you know you've got the insight, slowly you can open your eyes and you can come back. While you hold the insights with you, I want to tell you that you don't need to wait for them to change. You can change how you carry the story. Healing is not just about feeling better. It is about becoming wiser through your wounds. And when you heal, your relationships transform too. Forgiveness is not a gift you give to them, but it's a gift you give to yourself for your freedom, for your growth, and most importantly, for your mental health. So, if this touched something inside you, take a moment to reflect and journal on it. And if you would like me to help you in this healing, I've shared a link. When you click that, you'll find a questionnaire. Fill that questionnaire if you want to work with me, and my team will go through it. And based on what your response is and your readiness, we will reach back to you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this with someone who might need this today. You never know who you might help heal today when you share this, because your peace of mind is not a luxury, it is your right. So thank you. Take care. Bye.